So we're going to play a game that we call Fill in the Connor.
Okay.
Instead of fill in the blank, it's fill in the Connor. I'm going to ask you 4 questions. They all have something to do with a Connor.
With a Connor. Okay.
Yeah. Number 1, Connor Bedard will win blank Hart trophies in his career.
0.
0, Liam. You don't think he's going to have one MVP caliber season?
No.
I think you're crazy.
I agree with you, Liam. My answer was also 0.
Yeah, I think
He's playing at 110-point pace right now in his third year in the league.
He'll win the Rocket.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not the Hart.
You don't think Connor Bedard will win one MVP? I couldn't disagree more.
Okay. You asked me the question.
I know. And we're having a debate about it.
I think 0. I think that Celebrini will win more. I still think he's in the McDavid era. I think we'll see what happens, obviously, towards the end. But I guess we're thinking of the players that are in the league right now. And I just think there's still a few guys ahead of him. I think Chicago would have to go have some crazy seasons. And I think they're also in a division where it's incredibly difficult for them to have unreal seasons, but maybe if they do, that's how we would get one.
I think it's something. I think he might win one in the next 2 or 3 years here. Okay. When Chicago takes a step forward, and you don't need to win your team doesn't have to win the division for you to win the MVP. Not. I could see a scenario where next year he puts up 45 goals and 60 assists or something like that, 50 goals maybe, and they just sneak in, and it's like, yep. Connor Bedard is the MVP, and it won't be because he's better than McDavid and McKinnon and Celebrini and all these guys. It'll be narrative-driven, and I know that. But I think he'll win one. I wouldn't be surprised if one day he wins 2. I was going to ask you a question of, and I obviously know your answer now, but I was going to say from right now until the end of both of their careers. So you only get the last 10 years of McDavid, but you get all of Bedard's career now.
Who wins more?
Who wins more? And I was about to be like, it might be the same. They might win the same amount. McDavid might only have one more MVP in him.
I will never doubt how many MVPs McDavid will win.
But that's
not. No, that's not. Because at the start of the season, you mentioned that you don't think he'll get back to 150 points.
I know. I'm saying, though, when you say you don't want to bet against Connor McDavid and the MVP, scoring titles, yes. Being the best player, yes. With MVP, there is voter fatigue. There's all these other layers to being an MVP that I would doubt a little bit with McDavid.
I think it might get to a point with him, too, where it's kind of he's now 34 and still putting up 140 points.
He's deserving of an MVP,
he still should win them. So I just don't think he'll maybe 1.
We'll close off this poll. 52% saying no to the Connor McDavid goal not counting. I'll put one in here. Will Connor Bedard win an MVP? Yes. No. I put an extra capital there. There you go. Okay, dropped it in. I'm surprised you went 0. I thought you'd say 1. I was going to say 2.
No, I think 0.
Okay.
I think he's bad. I just don't think he's MVP level.
I just think at this moment, Bedard might be too one-dimensional. But once again, he's young as hell. He's got so much time to round out the all-around game, but I'm with Liam.
Can you pull up the rest of the January schedule, Aaron? This next one's a morbid one, Liam.
Okay. Oh, no.
Connor McDavid's on an 18-game point streak.
Oh, when does it end?
Connor McDavid's point streak will end on blank.
Let's say Washington.
I could see him getting... Ooh.
It would kind of be a bit ironic if it ended against Pittsburgh, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it will, though.
Here, go to the next slide, Aaron. February. No. Go back. I think that. Let's just say Washington, I honestly think never, but maybe Washington if I want to give it.
I was going to say April 16th against the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah.
You think he's going to go the whole year?
No, but when I think about it, I'm like, would I bet a McDavid 1+ points in every single game from here on out? Yeah. Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, he won't. There's going to be a bad one in there, but I'm not doubting him. I'm going to say the Pittsburgh game. There's just something weird about that one.
I'm looking at longest active point streaks in the NHL. Patrick Kane's longest, 26. Sidney Crosby's longest was 25. Mitch Marner did 23. Kane had 20. McKinnon 2 years ago had a 19. So the idea that McDavid can't keep this going for a long time, tonight against Chicago should get one.
Yep.
Tomorrow against Nashville should get one. Sorokin's playing out of his mind.
I just think at home.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, I went with Washington just because of Logan Thompson. I could see Logan Thompson just having a great game. Whereas Sorokin, yeah, you're right. That's definitely an option. But besides that, they play a lot of bad goalies.
Yeah. So if he can do it all this week, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. If he were to get to 28 games, it would be the longest point streak that anyone's had. It would be the 6th longest point streak in NHL history. That's pretty crazy. I think he might get 31st to Saturday night against the Wild. I can see him losing that game 3-1.
Yeah, I could see that one too. It's one of those 2 Saturdays, I think.
Yeah. One of the 2 Saturdays, I think that's fair. Wouldn't it be something if he went into the Olympic break? Because
that's what I was kind of wondering.
He's at 19, right?
I mean, they play Toronto and Calgary before the Olympic break.
Should get one in each of those.
Back-to-back games, which is kind of wild.
If he makes it to the Olympic break, again, that's 4, 8, 11 games. That puts him to 30. He'd be at 32, which the only players who've ever had point streaks longer than 32 games. No, the only players who've ever had point streaks longer than 30 games are Wayne and Mario. Wayne did it twice. Mario did it once.
Crosby had one in like 2012?
2010, he had 25 in a row.
Okay, that's what I remember.
It's an 18-game streak at the moment.
18, sorry. Okay, still.
19 goals, 42 points, 95 shots.
The 95 shots is bonkers.
Awesome.
It's all bonkers.
Yeah.
Third one I got for you. Connor McDavid will end the season with blank amount of points. He is currently on pace if you were to just, again, this is including his slow start, but I do think, the slow start and this absolutely nuclear run for 6 weeks probably balance each other out to a pretty decent point. But 78 points in 45 games works out to a 142-point pace. Connor McDavid finishes with blank points.
I was going to say 153. So I think he gets over 150 again.
Over 150.
He's playing
unreal,
unbelievably. And it's not even, I don't know, it's crazy to watch right now. And he's shooting the puck so much. Like, even the last game, I felt like I was watching. I feel like he isn't shooting them, missing chances. He finished the game with 5 shots. It's wild. I think 153 is my guess. Granted,
149 and a half would be the line I'd set if I was a book.
I would say over. But that's obviously that has to be considered as he plays every game. And he doesn't go off the end of the season.
So I saw an interesting idea on Twitter floated out. The gold medal game, if Team Canada were to make it, is on the 22nd in Italy. Okay? Presumably, McDavid wouldn't be getting on a flight till the 23rd. He's flying back from Italy. Not an easy thing to do. To California, because the Oilers start with a 3-game road trip through California. If you're the Oilers, because again, Leon can likely fly back earlier. I don't think Germany's going. If you're the Oilers and Leon's back on, say, the 20th and he's rested, ready to go, whatever. Would you entertain sitting McDavid for those 2 games?
I would see what he wanted to do.
He's going to want to play.
Then I would let him play.
All right.
Then he makes it. I think that's what happened when I know Four Nations was in North America, so it's different.
A little different.
But yeah, I think that if that's what he wants to do, then it is what it is.
Fair. Sometimes I wonder, again, he's going to want to play if he's there.
But when they're how many they go Anaheim, LA, and then San Jose, a day break, and then after.
Yeah,
you can kind of catch up on one good sleep. Maybe just take some sleeping pills. Sleeps on the plane for the 10-hour flight, 11-hour flight.
So they play that Saturday against the Sharks, and they have back-to-back days off, and they're home, and they only play 2 that next week. So
okay, yeah, I think it'd be fine.
Interesting. Last one I got for you in the Phil and the Connors. I'm going to ask you about a Connor who's not involved in the game tonight.
Okay.
Connor Unger is blank.
Oh, yeah.
If you've missed this, Connor Unger down in Bakersfield is off to an unbelievable start with the Bakersfield Condors. These are his numbers. 5 games. He got his first shutout on the weekend. He's won all 5 games, has a 1.38 goals against average and a 9.53 save percentage. Liam, this is the same Bakersfield Condors team that was making Connor Ingram, an established NHL veteran, look like he didn't really have a future or a path to the NHL. But this kid, Brock University, spent the beginning of the year with the following teams. The Fort Wayne Comets, the Greensboro Gargoyles, the Orlando Solar Bears. They started the year loaning this guy to other ECHL teams so they could find games for him. He's now up with the Condors, and he has been dynamite. Connor Unger is blank.
Red hot.
A legit prospect, question mark?
The future, question mark?
I don't know.
Wow.
He's playing, I think, a lot of credit. He deserves a lot of credit. Like you said, he's played for 3 different East Coast teams this season. And I think the Condors deserve some credit in this too. I guess the minor hockey minor league system for the Oilers. I was listening to Keith Gretzky the other day talking about how even though he was on those other teams, like they were still checking in with him. All like goalie coaches still working with him from like their side of things. So I don't know. Like I don't know what the path is for this guy. I think I'd like to see like a 15 game sample size out of him before I like put anything too heavily on him. But I think it's great to see because, like you said, like a youth sports player to get to where he is right now is quite remarkable just in itself. What I will add to that is this is exactly why the Oilers need to get rid of Calvin Pickard. They cannot just send him down to Bakersfield. Or Matt Tompkins, one of the two has to go. You can't just keep blocking the way for these goalies that clearly have some potential and just keep putting these older guys in the way.
Not an issue if you just keep 3 goalies.
Or you just trade him away and get a 5th round pick for him.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.